So there's a woman who is living with a novel gene mutation where she is almost pain-free. Hello everybody, this is Nicole. I'm back with another video on this strange mutation that this woman has. There's a woman in Scotland who can feel virtually no pain due to a mutation in a previously unidentified gene, according to a research paper co-led by UCL, University College London. This comes from Eureka Alert from FAAH. It was published just a few days ago, last month. What they found is that a woman that's 71 years old, living in Scotland, has a mutation of the FAAH gene. So the mutation is a microdeletion in a pseudogene previously only briefly annotated in medical literature, and it was thought to be a junk gene. Now, junk genes, according to what I know about genes, are things like introns. We consider introns, they used to consider introns as junk DNA. Introns are pieces of DNA in between exons. Exons are the open reading frame, which is the actual gene that needs to be transcribed into RNA, and then that RNA translated into proteins. Proteins are the functional aspect of a gene, of the DNA. But this woman has a gene that does not function normally. So when they looked at this further, they showed that she also has a mutation in the neighboring gene that controls the FAAH enzyme. And an enzyme is nothing but a specialized protein. All enzymes are proteins, but not all proteins are enzymes, okay? So when they collaborated at the University of Calgary in Canada, they revealed elevated blood levels of neurotransmitters that are normally degraded by FAAH, further evidence for a loss of FAAH function. They already know that this gene, FAAH, is known in the pain research world to be involved in endocannabinoid signaling central to pain sensation, mood, and memory. The gene is now called FAAH-OUT, so FAAH. As I said earlier, it was previously assumed to be a junk gene that was not functional. The researchers found there was more to it than previously believed, as it is likely to mediate FAAH expression. Now that's the point that I want to focus on, because they've done research to show that mice that do not have this gene have reduced pain sensation, accelerated wound healing, and enhanced fear extinction memory, and reduced anxiety. These are the perfect precursor, the perfect observations that you want in a soldier. So when I spoke to BGS about this briefly last Friday evening, before he was having some technical difficulties, and I noticed a lot of people are having some technical difficulties, myself included, which is why I'm on my phone right now. But I mentioned that would make us a perfect super soldier. When you don't feel pain and you have wound healing of capabilities, you have a lowered fight or flight sensation or fight or flight response, you have reduced anxiety, that's perfect for when you're in the battlefield. The woman in Scotland is experiencing similar traits to the mice that had the FAAH gene knocked out. She says in her lifelong history of cuts and burns, sometimes unnoticed until she can smell burning flesh. That is crazy. Wow. I mean, if you take a candle and put your, a lit candle and put your hand right over it, you're gonna jump back, automatically. That's because the fear of being burned. It's just a fight or flight, self-preservation thing that response that you have. But she says she doesn't notice it, cuts and burns, especially burns, until she smells burning flesh. She probably doesn't notice the cuts until she, has the blood everywhere, right? So the injuries tend to heal very quickly for her as well. They say here she's an optimist who was given the lowest score on a common anxiety scale and reports never panicking even in dangerous situations such as a recent traffic incident. She also reports memory lapses throughout life, such as forgetting words or keys, which has previously been associated with enhanced endocannabinoid signaling. So I see a lot of applications for this type of genetic manipulation with this FAAH gene. When they talk about endocannabinoids, that goes right into the drug industry. When they talk about memory loss, that goes into Alzheimer's. When they talk about pain sensation, that goes into people who are paralyzed, who aren't able to feel anything, much less pain. So there are a lot of different things that a lot of different areas of research that this gene would go into, and they could use this woman as a case study for those genes, if for that gene and the other genes related to it, if they haven't already. They may have already used her as a case study for this. So people have this rare insensitivity to pain, and that can be valuable to medical research as we learn how their genetic mutations impact how they experience pain. So Dr. Cox is I guess a primary researcher on this study, says they would encourage people who do not experience pain to come forward. So I think this is really interesting. I hope that you all go through and look up more about this gene mutation. I may come with another video on it. Right now, I just wanted to bring it to you because it was important for me to share this. In a roundabout way, this does link with a lot of the AI that's being put out there. Check out a lot of the other channels that I've mentioned. Of course, BGS talks about this. Black Brain Trust talks about this. There are a lot of other channels out there who discuss AI technology and how it will affect medicine, how it affects STEM. So I see a lot of applications of how this can be used. You all let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll talk to you soon.